First, you better make sure you're always subscribed to this channel because I may just go live like I'm doing right now. I've got to see if I can put this into perspective, and I want you to see if you can understand it my way. I demand nothing more than 100% allegiance to the law. I'm a lawyer. It's what I do. And I have this crazy idea that there's this thing called justice. Equal justice under the law. I got this crazy idea. I'm stupid that way. I'm stupid. I think that everybody should be treated the same and that you should only be put on trial for the crime you're charged with, not what you did before, okay? Diddy looks retarded. There is no jury appeal to this guy. He can't close his mouth. He's one of these people like Bill Clinton. He just looks like an idiot. He comes across, and please don't take this the wrong way. I don't think this, like a thug, like a monosyllabic, one of these pain in the ass, hip-hop thugs with their crystal wannabe class. They want to be class. They think if they buy a $10 million watch and they walk around with sunglasses at all time of the day, that somehow they're cool. Somehow they're elevated to a panache and a style or something. Okay? It ain't going to happen. Now, he's on trial today, and they're going to whore like you can't believe. And it won't have anything to do with equity. I mean, technically it might be correct. But why the federal government is involved with him, I have no earthly idea. None. This is about a lifestyle. This is not human trafficking. This besmirches. This is a sacrilege when you consider what happens to kids and girls and women and children who are put under the most, I mean traffic like chattel versus this. Diddy didn't pull anybody into a van, didn't kidnap anyone, throw them on a troop, not a troop carrier, but some kind of a plane or a boat. Didn't have them in that sound of freedom or whatever that was. These were people who wanted to be a part of that stupid lifestyle. Oh, there may have been a few. And when they walked into this hornet's nest, this rat's nest. They walked in knowing exactly what they were going to get into. Exactly what they were going to get into. And he accommodated. Because he's a thug and he's a parasite and he's absolutely part and parcel of this Hollywood world. Period. End of discussion. This is exactly what he's doing. Am I coming through? Can I get a 5x5? Just if you don't mind. And by the way, thanks for the thumbs up. I appreciate this. I do so much better using the iPhone than I do the laptop. Better numbers, better receipt, more familiar. I don't know what it is. Maybe because I'm closer. I don't know what the word is. I'm not sure. Is there anybody, am I seeing anything? Because I haven't seen any voices or any type of, I thought I had chat enabled for this. Do I have that? There we go. That's it. Belfast, you bastard. I don't like him. I want you to say, I have not, my law has nothing to do with liking him. If they charged him with arson, I'm thinking, arson, well, whatever. No, you got to charge him with the right thing. What is this about? What is this even remotely about? I don't understand. I don't get it. I don't understand it. This is the part which is so critical. Just like with Epstein, just like with all these people. Why him? If you really want to go after child trafficking, go after CPS, go after the government that has basically Now, are they going to pack him away for life? No. They made a deal. They tried to make a deal with him the other day, but there's no deal. And this judge, what does the Cassie Ventura picture have to do with anything? What does that have to do with anything? Why are they showing the picture of him beating the shit out of this woman? He's a thug. He's a punk. He's not on trial for that. What does this have to do? Why wasn't he on bail? Well, for threatening. What, he can't threaten people here? You think he can only threaten? He's going to threaten people? Who? Who are these people going to come forward and say, yeah, I was trafficked 20 years ago, 25 years ago, 30 years ago? These people are going to come in, they're going to look like grandmothers. Oh, I can't wait to this. Why is he on trial then? Because of the Biden administration. He pissed off somebody. He's trying to make a stand. Do you know that the whole world of entertainment and music, from the days of Led Zeppelin to the Beatles, everybody, there were people who line up for this. I don't have time for people who want to be victimized. And don't give me this business about, well, they drug stuff. Yeah, they knew all about that. I'm not saying it's right, but I'm saying this isn't human trafficking, sex, seeking, transporting women for the purposes of prostitution. There's no such thing as prostitution anymore. That's the whole thing. The left doesn't want that. They want sex workers. This is nonsense. This is absolute nonsense. And thank you for liking this, by the way. They're making a show trial out of him. They do absolutely nothing regarding Epstein. This is nothing. This guy? You want this guy? There are so many. Why him? You don't think the usuals tonight? I told you something. Tonight is the gala, the Vogue, the Met Gala. You're going to see the most depraved stuff. I don't mean just sex trafficking. I mean satanic, ritualistic, proto-Gnostic, psychotronic, menticide, brainwashed, Luciferian, it's going to be eyes wide shut, serious stuff. They're not going to touch that. No, it's beyond hedonistic. Zero is beyond hedonistic. That would be nice if it were that. It's beyond hedonistic. You're going after Diddy for what? And a lot of these jury questionnaires are, does your sex life have anything? If you want it, first of all, any woman, anybody who tries to be a part of that, you don't think they knew what was going on? What was Prince Andrew's answer about going to the Pizza Express trying to defend not knowing Virginia? I don't know what's going on. Oh yes, he had baby oil, right. You know who they went crazy over the baby oil? Who gives a shit about the baby oil? So what? And they might have put things in the baby oil to allow for absorption and some type of, they might have put stuff in the baby oil, okay? Okay, so what? So what? I'm sorry. What do you think you're going to? If I walk into an orgy, okay, and I catch the clap, you don't think this is assumption of risk? I went to an orgy. If somebody does Bill Cosby was a little bit different. Some of these women he would invite over, allegedly, to discuss, movie bits with or whatever, and then he slipped on something. That's a different story. But you're going into, you know exactly what's going on. The freak-off parties, women lined up for that. It's called assumption of risk. You walked in there, you're walking into an orgy. What do you think you're going to get? What do you think these people have? Get ready. If you drink something, you don't think it's as filled with GHB or whatever the hell it is, or some kind of roofie or rohypnol or something. What is the matter with you people? This isn't it. We need to go after CPS, churches, synagogues, Boy Scouts, places where, I'm just saying, where real trafficking takes place, where people don't know it. You know the trafficking that nobody talks about? By the way, get those likes up. Get those likes up. You know where the real trafficking is? Labor trafficking. Labor trafficking. We know a case of a woman who came to this country from some other country. Thought it was legit. She meets somebody at the airport. They grab her passport. Next thing you know, she's off to, I don't know, Brighton Beach or something, and she's working as a maid or whatever. They take her passport and they tell her, we'll have you arrested. We know what's going on. We own you. That happens all the time. Anybody going after that? Nope. You're going after Diddy. Going after Diddy. Come on. It's one thing for these people to. Oh, and by the way, let me just say something again, and I hope. Come on, I got 95. I got to get those. I got to get those likes up. Don't make me beg. Don't make me beg. But I ain't too proud to beg. Sweet darling, please don't leave me. Don't you go. Thank you. Thank you. Whitney Webb. Don't you love doing that? You got to get that face though. You got to. There we go. Whitney Webb is fantastic. Thank you, Patricia. Patricia, you know what? You got a childish, base personality, and I love you for that. I love you for that. Whitney Webb is fantastic. Like the video. I'll beg for you. Thank you, Zen. Thank you, babe. Appreciate it. Everybody's still into this idea that somehow, oh, there's going to be pictures of Epstein having sex with somebody, and there's Bill Gates or Clinton and all these other people. That's what I thought at first. And what she has said, and by the way, credit to her, she said, "What are you talking about? That's not the issue. It's the banks, it's the money laundering, it's the connections from the Pritzkers to this, to that, to Jamie Dimon, to Les Wexner. Nobody wants to get near that. This is a limited hangout, front and center." They're pushing that out as some excuse for what's happening. They're pushing that out. And let me tell you another thing, too. I'm changing the subject. These rat bastards, these Democrats, have absolutely no idea what they're talking about. 60 Minutes. Now they're talking about totalitarian. They're taking everything that we said before and still do, and now they're claiming it for the first time. Catherine Fitz, there was a piece, she showed up at the New York Post today, regarding a $21 trillion underground city. This is just incredible. This is all incredible. Remember, there are three groups of people. Three groups of people I told you about. Three. Very important. Number one, there's the Fox News Newsmax crowd. They're over here. They're simple. They're like no hits, no runs, no errors. Just kind of basic, plain old, good, but nothing earth-shattering. Nothing, just the usual stuff, Okay. In the middle, I call it the Tucker Carlson crowd. Kind of like the new folks, the Tuckers and people like Jimmy Dore, good stuff, but nothing where you say, oh, I've never heard that before. You will never hear Jimmy Dore, bless his heart, by the way, good man, or Tucker, where you say, I never heard that before. I didn't know anything about that. We're thinking it's about time. It's about time. It's about time. This is what we're talking about. So the first group is, kind of safe. Fox News and Newsmax is good. The middle group is what? What's that? Tucker, sort of. Candace Owens, maybe. Just the usual, that kind of like, wow. But still nothing big. The best group, is Alex Jones. The best. And his team. Banned videos. The best. Something happens to automatically check like once as I enter this site. Occurs on a couple of other sites too. I thought Lionel had something set up for that for previous subscribers. Something happens to automatically check likes. I don't know what that means. I do know what that means, but thank you very much for that. I don't know what that means. I don't know what that means. That's all I'm saying, okay? That's all I'm saying. Now, moving down the line, as it were, a couple of things to think about. Number one, and this is extremely critical and extremely important. These are the things which probably make the most sense to me. I am a person who believes in revolutionizing and revolutionary types of news. I want stuff that blows my mind. Alien connections, gay frogs, still geoengineering, nobody really. In the middle, they're kind of, sort of, maybe, they're getting into it. You got the Alex Jones. That's my favorite, that group. Everything else is. I am personally getting tired of, you're not going to hear anybody discuss the Diddy crowd my way, the Diddy. I heard stuff I'm not going to mention. They talk about Diddy because they don't like him, like he had baby boy sex parties. It's like, the question is it human trafficking and sex trafficking? No! Human trafficking? No! He's a sleazebag. Okay, fine. And then, but he bought baby oil. Again with that baby oil. They're so stuck on this baby oil. Who cares about the baby oil? But they're going to get him. The federal government. Somewhere he pissed somebody off. I don't know what. This was during the Biden administration. Biden. What did they want? They don't care about anything. What did Diddy do? Remember, I don't like him. It doesn't matter. Harvey Weinstein, their horse, him big time. I don't like Harvey Weinstein. Doesn't matter what I like. It doesn't matter. I want fairness. I want fairness. It doesn't matter. Get them on something that they actually did. Period. Charles Manson probably never had anything to do with those killings. Can you believe that after all these years? Think about that. After all these years. Let's get to the bottom of that too. I want to find out who did what. Boston Strangler, nothing to do with this, with some of these things. I want justice. I don't want to get people and charge them with something they didn't do. I don't want to exaggerate charges against people for things they didn't do. I'm so tired of this goddamn terrible, stupid. By the way, I hope you watched the video I did with Eric Thaddeus Walters about the impeded sea. You're not going to see anything about this. This is the best one. Do you see where Cardinal Dolan said, well, I wish the president hadn't put up a picture or a mock picture of the Pope. The question you should be asking is whether Pope Francis was Pope Francis. Was he the Pope? Was he an impeded sea? Was this part of the St. Gallen Mafia? They're talking about this left and right in Rome. But you get this watered down Good Morning New York bullshit with a bunch of people who are just too nice and too ignorant to tell you what's really going on in the world. Let me explain something. There is a thing, going back to Diddy, I'm going back and forth, and I'll admit it. I do it because I've got a lot on my mind. There are a lot of people who don't like Diddy, not because he's black, but he is a kind of black they don't like. You know what I'm saying? There are people who they come across as jerks, not because they're Italian or Italian Americans, but because they seem to be the Italian American that people don't like. There are people from every group that has a style. Diddy is one of these people that a lot of us, look at as being overpriced, semi-literate thugs, not because they're black, but who happen to be black. We'll see it sometimes I see it with Justin Bieber. When I see Justin Bieber, when you see him, do you feel sorry for him? I kind of did in the old days. Now he looks like, oh, you're one of those too. You're sitting around smoking a bong, just acting like another thug. Another one of these people. There's just these. Sean Penn is like that. Sean Penn is a white thug, a guy who thinks he's a real tough guy, a guy who really thinks, you know what I mean? So yeah, it's because Diddy's black, but not because he's black. He is a black thug. Sean Penn is a white thug. I don't know how to say this any other way. There's this. Have you ever met Eurotrash? I know these words are terrible, but it's true. But this is what we call them. Not everybody from Europe, but some people. Not all black people, but some people. Not all white people, but some people. Sean Penn's a thug. Most of these people are thugs. Bill Maher. Bill Maher is, I don't even know what to call him. He doesn't even have a name. He's just an asshole. And all of a sudden trying desperately. So there's a lot of people I don't like. And I can describe it to you in a way that Joy Reid comes across to many people as not emblematic of black people, but a certain black voice, like Al Sharpton and others, like Jasmine Crockett. Oh, absolutely. Marjorie Taylor Greene comes across sometimes as a bit of a Southern, kind of a John Kennedy. John Kennedy, the Kennedy is a jadrul. You know that, right? He's a jadrulo. John Kennedy is so full of shit, but everybody, come talk like that. I think we ought to teach Russia fish food. What are you talking about? I don't get it. So let me tell you something. There are people I just can't stand. And they come across by virtue of their affectation or where they're from or the way they act. They're just... There are these people I know. They're like Goomba, Italian-American, tough guy wannabe. Can't stand it. It besmirches the genius of the Italian-American. It besmirches some of the Renaissance. Rome was the most... there are these people. There's a form of Latina, kind of a Rosie Perez, loudmouth. So what I'm saying is they're all basically assholes, all of them. But they each have a different flavor depending upon where they're from and what their background is and what the line of bullshit that they're trying to hit you with. That is precisely what it is. Precisely. And it's just, it is, but they look at Sean Diddy Combs. He should take the stand and set these people up. He doesn't have the balls. He's got nothing to lose. Nothing. If he doesn't take the stand and say, look, maybe you don't know me, but I'm a guy. And he by the way, he's a phony. He's a phony. One of these inner city hood, keeping it real bullshit. He went to a private school and all. It's like years ago after NWA. Remember when all these white kids thought they were thugs from Compton? By the way, those likes. What's the matter with you? Why don't you like this? Why is it so? Why is it pulling teeth? Why is it the first thing you do? I'm gonna like this video. I'm gonna like this guy. What is he's busting his ass doing? I'm not sure I'll like it. Because this is all the YouTube cares about. All the YouTube cares about. I don't understand how this thing works. Anybody who, God bless people who... There are some who I do not know why I cannot understand why they're so popular. And there are other people who I can't believe are not more popular. Seriously. It's like, wow. I don't understand things. I don't understand the... I see things so clearly. I see things so clearly. I see things so clearly. I know what I'm talking about. I know my country. I know themes. I know the various strata of society. I know everything about... I know people who think certain ways, and I know this stuff. I know it. I know who they are. I know what they are. I've been around. I live in a city that is so heterogeneous. I know more people, more styles, more everything than you can imagine. I know what I'm talking about. Go. Look at what's going on. Back to Diddy. He's got to tell people, you don't know who I am. But I live a life with a bunch of people that you may never be a part of, but I'm not a criminal and I'm not a human trafficker. I get more than you can imagine. By the way, if you listen to Cat Williams, there's a lot of questions as to what team, he plays for in the first place. But these are debauched. All that nonsense about going into, Satanism, not into Satanism. These people are getting a third grade education. These are morons with a $10 million watch. They put their money in watches and they say, what are you doing? Anyway, can you get a fair trial? I don't even know what that means. I don't know what a fair trial means. What is a fair? It's not a jury of his peers. What does it mean? I don't know what it means. I don't know. But he's got to take the stand and say, yeah, this one over here, yeah, this one begged to get in. This one, what are you now, about 50 years old now? Well, when she was younger, she couldn't. Just like with the Epstein. You know who recruited most of the Epstein girls? The Epstein girls. Epstein girls recruited Epstein girls. Ghislaine Maxwell didn't hit anybody over the head with anything. Granted, these are dirty people. But let me go back. I'm shifting back. Listen to what Whitney Webb said. The real story behind Epstein is in the money laundering, is in the banks. That's it. Not what he did or what they did regarding, this lunacy. It's stuff. How come they only raided the New York mansion? They never went after his island. They never went after New Mexico. I don't know I'm not even sure if they raided the plane. Why is that? Why do you think that is? What are the real documents? Pam Bondi didn't know what the hell. Whoever told Pam Bondi to say she was going to release this did not know what they were talking about. So let me tell you something, my friend. You listen to me very, very carefully. You're smart. You understand what's going on. I'm always going to tell you the truth. And sometimes the truth it's not pleasurable. It's just real. It's real. It's actual. It's a variety. The people that I want to prosecute, Fauci. Okay? This is Mayorkas. Mayorkas probably more than anybody else. He lied so much. Lied. The big text for what they did to our country. There's a piece I did. It's kind of a rehash of something which is kind of interesting. But it's the series of lies that we went through with during the Rona. Remember that one? Remember these lies? Remember this one? They told you, stay home, save lives. Wrong. We're in this together. Nope. 2 weeks to slow the spread. Remember that? Total bullshit. Masks stopped the virus. Science theater. Super spreader events. Convenient fear-mongering. The vaccine ends COVID. Wrong. If you're vaccinated, you won't get COVID. Wrong. Breakthrough cases are rare. Wrong. The shot is 100% effective. Wrong. Just 2 shots and life goes back to normal. Wrong. Then came the third. Just get the booster, then another, and another. Right? The fourth one is the charm. Still got sick. 1 million died of COVID, or with it. From it or with it? We're not really sure. It's a pandemic of the unvaccinated. Scapegoating, not science. A winter of severe illness and death. Fear tactic. No one was forced to take it. Bullshit. Coercion is not consent. The vaccine saved millions. Show us the proof. And finally, nobody's dying or being harmed by this shot. We sat back and we just took that. And yet, what are they worried about? Diddy. All the people from Fox News said, how did this happen? Who was responsible for this? They don't care about this because they're in like this with big tech and big pharma. They're part of the thing. It's so corrupt. The biggest levels, the biggest echelons of power. That's why we need independent platforms like this. We need people to come forward, provided they allow us, and tell you, look, this is the truth. This is what's happening. You know it and I know. We're not. Come on. Newsom kept his restaurant open. You know that. Nancy Pelosi got her. It's all bullshit. And we didn't learn a thing from it. And we didn't toughen up from it. That's all. I did. So anyway, dear friends, I want to thank you. I want to thank you just for always being here. Keep the likes up. Appreciate the likes. Make sure you bring friends around. Tell them, hey, 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 come on, watch this guy. Watch this show. This guy's good. That's important. I'll always tell you the truth. You may not like the truth. Sometimes you say, hey, I wish things. Doesn't mean I want it to be like this. I'm telling you the way it is. What I wish for means nothing. What's happening is Pilgrim says, where do you get the patience? The patience. I don't have any patience. I guess, Pill, I'm just sort of maybe kind of worn out. But I'm not going to stop talking about it. I'm going to tell you the truth. Tell you the truth no matter what. Anyway, my friends, you have a great day. You have a terrific day. And I want to thank you for this. Really? Thank you. All right, my friends, have a great day. Don't ever change and mean that sincerely. And until next time, who knows when, make sure you remain subscribed to LionelNation. You don't know when I'm going to pop up. But until then, my friends, remember, the monkey's dead. The show's over, sue you. Let me turn this thing off. Got to hide that thumb.